I.S.U.P.K.
To the family, brother Rep Hill representing On the Ledge. Do me a favor, family. Make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. on YouTube. Get some of that fire that the brothers are delivering, some of that good information, all right?
Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in Dallas, Texas. And today we're going to be giving you a little lesson going into wars, rumors of wars, the coming race wars that are coming in America, as well as the war that America, aka the New Babylon, is going to be drawn into real soon with enemy nations like Korea, like Saudi Arabia and Iran and so on and so forth, and even Russia. Edom is a house that's split among one another. So, all this is going to come out through the spirit of the Most High and the teachings of Yahushua Christ. These prophecies that are in the King James Bible, 1611, are going to come to pass. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you all that online classes are every week, Tuesday through Friday, 6 p.m. Texas time. Give me a call and the school a call at 469-671-9634 for information on online classes, as well as the Monday conference call class, which is at noon every Monday. I want to remind the priests and officers and troopers and brothers and sisters to keep paying your tithes and offerings to the men of the Lord. And we're going to go ahead and get started with Isaiah 13 and 9.
Isaiah chapter 13 verse 9. Behold, the day of Yahweh comes, cruel, both with wrath and furious anger.
So who is this nice person the Christian church told you that God was ever since you've been in the church? They basically sold you that God, the Most High, Yahweh, is on some hippie spirit, and all he's got is roses and candy for everybody. No, that's not the way the Most High is. You want to find out who the Most High is and what he's really like, you have to come to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge and get the truth. You can't be dealing with the Christian church or the Muslim mosque or some bootleg Israelite group or some conscious whatever nonsense going on. You got to get the truth about the Most High, about Jesus Christ, and about the people of the Most High from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Keep going.
To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
He's going to destroy the sinners. He's going to destroy all those that are breaking the law, basically. Now, this could be going into the Edomites and the Ishmaelites and everyone else that's ruling and destroying the Most High's earth, besmirching it all. And it also goes into us because, after all, sin is transgressing the law, and we were the only ones with the law. Us meaning the children of Israel. So we got to get right on that day. Otherwise, the Most High is going to look at us as the heathen, and he's going to have us destroyed as well. Simple and plain. Was that all with verse 9?
Yeah.
Go ahead, skip down to verse 13.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts.
There we go again with wrath. That the Most High is wrathful. He is not about giving too many second and third chances. I mean, he's merciful to an extent, but when all mercy and grace and blessing has gone out, it's time for judgment. And the Most High is all about judgment. Keep going.
And in the day of his furious anger, verse 14, and it should be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Esau is going to be a chase roe. If you don't know what a roe is, all it is a young deer. And a deer in the wild, no matter where they are in the world, they're prey. They're prey animals. Every hunter or a predator is looking for one. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
Come back to your people. I'm sick of watching TV and YouTube and everywhere else, and I'm watching integrationists among our people. The scriptures are telling you, I just read it, come back to your people. Come back and deal with your people. We can get so much done, Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if we just dealt with one another. We don't have to deal with all these other nations and depend on them the way we do. We've got talent, we've got money, we've got education. From that standpoint, Israel has never been better off. What we don't have is brotherhood and unity. And a lot of that comes from not having an understanding of who we are. But the scriptures are telling you that eventually everybody's going to come back into their own people and their own land. So we've got to come back to one another. Now, this is the time to do it. We can put an end to a lot of the police preying on our people, because actually more Hispanics get killed by the police than we do. It's just that we're the ones in the news. We can put a stop to people spoiling us, selling us bad food, treating us any kind of way, taking advantage of us, taking us for granted, if we just dealt with one another and use one another to build up what we have. Keep going.
And flee every one into his own land. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
So you integrationists, brothers and sisters, keep on tempting the Most High to anger, because you're going to fall by the sword continuing to try to yoke up with these nations, especially the so-called white man who the Most High hates. You brothers and sisters, especially y'all that know that you're Israel, and yet you're trying to split this covenant with the Edomites, the so-called white man, trying to bring salvation to them. That scripture is talking directly to you all. There's not going to be any salvation for them. That's all over the Bible. And the Most High, as well as Yahweh Shai, does not regard them. So come back to your people and your nation. Forget about the other nations, particularly Esau, because he's going to be destroyed. He's coming down right now, little by little, just as we speak. Keep going.
Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
Now, our children were dashed before us. When you go into our history, we had sisters who were pregnant, getting hung, and you had some old evil-ass devil cut her stomach open, and the baby fall out, to which he just killed it or fed it to an alligator. Our kids were sold. Our kids were killed. And so all of this, all of this is just prophecy going toward what's going to happen. Read that last line again.
Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
Their houses will be spoiled, robbed, and their wives ravished. Now, so a lot of you bootleg Israelites don't get the wrong idea. This is not directly going into Israel raping anybody. Israel does not rape. But the next scripture will give you an idea of who the Most High is running this with. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
The Medes would be your Persians, which would be your Iranians, would it not?
Iranians.
All right. And that just happens to be one of the enemies of America now. Iran, right now, as we know, has got weapons pointed at the United States. So it's them that's going to be spoiling and robbing and ravishing America, Edom, particularly. Keep going.
Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
In other words, they're not interested in any of your riches. They are ready to take Esau, the so-called white man, out. Period. Keep going.
Verse 18. Their bow also shall dash the young men to pieces.
In other words, your young soldiers are not going to help you because they're going to be killed. Go.
And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Your kids are going to be killed. Destroyed. So, going back to verse 15, like the brother brought out earlier, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, stay away from these Edomites. The time to do that is now. Because them people are marked. They are marked for destruction. Right there in the verses that I just read and read so beautifully, he brung out what the prophet Isaiah said about this kingdom that we're in. They're going to lose their riches. They're going to lose their stronghold. Their kids are going to be killed. Their young men killed. Their wives ravished, so on and so forth. All important scriptures into going into the future destruction of this Edomite nation. Go ahead.
Verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Shalakia. How you pronounce that?
What you got?
Shadines?
The Chaldees.
Chaldees. Salakia. Verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, essentially, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's the future of this modern Babylon, aka America. The Most High brought in nuclear destruction when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for being a kingdom of faggots and lesbians. And here in America, you got the same thing, just a kingdom full of faggots and lesbians and degenerates. And the Most High is going to do away from them. So you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, swallow your pride, quit acting like you know something, get away from these people. Build ourselves. Let's be a righteous nation again. Get me the very next scripture.
Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
In other words, we are going to do it. The Most High is going to put the spirit in the end for us to finally come against this white man. And we're going to destroy him. We're going to take all the women captive. Going to make slaves out of each and every one of them. Majority of their men are going to be killed right before us. Going to beat them like dogs. And then we're going to destroy them. Our Hispanic brothers are going to get their time with them. They're going to do everything that they did to them during the time of, the Spanish Inquisition, when they did all kinds of evil to our northern tribe brothers. And then our Native American Indian brothers are going to scalp them, finally. And they've been waiting centuries to do that. Keep going.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
According to the Most High's anger and fury. And when you read Exodus 15:3, he tells you he is a man of war. Okay? So we're going to move right on to Luke. Luke 11:17. Right? ISUPK.com and onewest.org for more information about our online classes. And you can always call the number you see on the screen for information about High Holy Days. If you want counseling, request it. The I.S.U.P.K, the men of the Lord, never sleep. We're always by the phone. Go on.
Luke chapter 11, verse 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
See, this is a twofold scripture here. The Russians are the number one people with they can't wait to put weapons and point them towards America. The Russians are Edomites as well. And that's wonderful as far as Israel is concerned. A house divided against itself will not stand. But that could also go into you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is why we haven't prospered to the point that we have, even though we, at least by the eye, have more now than we've ever had. Yet we're still on the lower end in this captivity because, as the scripture you read just said, a house divided against itself will not stand. Keep going.
And a house divided against a house falls.
And we're going to continue to fall as long as we see one another as, the enemies. As long as the Latino man looks at the Native American and the so-called Negro as his enemies, we're going to continue in the place that we are now. We're going to continue to be on the bottom while our enemies, particularly the so-called white man, stay on top. Let me see if we can get the next scripture. That's in Jeremiah 50:29. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round and about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done. Do unto her. For she has been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel.
When it say point your arrows, it's basically meaning your weapons. And at the end times, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have everything we got coming at this so-called white man. Like I was saying in the New Testament, we're going to beat your plowshares. We're going to use every weapon we got. Repeat that scripture again.
Call together the archers against Babylon.
When it's talking about Babylon, the scriptures is talking about this Edomite kingdom, which is spiritually Babylon, it's spiritually Egypt, it's spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's spiritually Rome. Go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round and about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work.
And we're going to recompense her according to her work. In fact, that lines up perfectly with Revelations. Give me Revelations 18:6. Perfect precept for that.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 6.
So yeah,
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
this white man has had us in slavery almost 500 years. So you just heard the brother say reward her double. We're going to have them in slavery 1,000 years. We're going to do whatever we want according to the law with these people. They're going to pick cotton. They're going to work from sun up to sundown. They're going to keep our houses clean. They're going to keep our gates managed. They're going to pick up all of our sheep and our cows. They're going to pick up after all of them, horses, whatever. They're going to do it all. They're going to rebuild our kingdom just like we built theirs. Keep reading.
In the cup which she has filled to her double.
In other words, what they did to us, we're going to do to them. Everything. And we're not going to be disgusting like they were, because they would rape our men and would cut off, our rods and do all kinds of other evil. We're not going to be doing none of that, because that's not lawful. But we are going to make them drink from the cup they made us drink from. Simple and plain. Any more on that?
No, that's the end of that.
All right, let's go to, let's stay in Revelations. Let's go to chapter 14. I'll wrap it up real quick.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
That's your future, Esau. What you've done to these nations, especially what you did to the children of Israel, you're gonna be recompensed for that, basically. You're proud now. When the brothers out there on the street speaking, you're acting like that's not talking about you. I hear a lot of them saying they didn't do anything. Well, listen, you're on stolen ground right now. This land does not belong to you. And yet you have taken authority on this land and the people living on it. So you're just as guilty as your foreparents. And you're going to pay for it. Go ahead.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels.
Fire and brimstone. So we know what that's going into. That's going more into the nuclear weapons headed for this place. That's going to destroy this place. They're going to be coming from all nations coming after you, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia, whether it's Korea, whether it's Syria. Everybody's coming to get this white man. We read about that in Isaiah. He's going to be like a chase row. Everybody's coming to get you. And they're going to get you, and the Most High is going to see to it. And the ones left alive among you, you're coming with us, like it says in Isaiah 14, and you're going to be servants and handmaids to the children of Israel. Any more on that?
Yeah, that's and in the presence of the Lamb, verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name.
Read that one more time, verse 11.
And the smoke of their torment ascend up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night.
You're not going to rest, day or night. I'm going to work you from sun up to sundown, and so will all Israelites who have taken you in captivity by then. You're not going to get no rest. You're going to be done just like you did us. Every bit of it. Go ahead.
Who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name.
That's right. The image of the beast. Oh, homosexual Caesar Borgia. Oh, degenerate Caesar Borgia. Oh, murdering Caesar Borgia. That's going to be done away with in that day. That's going to be marked for destruction. If you're still dealing with Caesar Borgia, you're going to be put to death. Simple. All, not just the Edomites, but all nations that are still dealing with their gods, they're going to be put to death. Their false gods are going to be put to death, period. Any more on that?
Oh, that's the end of that.
All right, well, we're going to end it there. Remember the number 469-671-9634. If you have any questions on scriptures, or if you want to make a request for counseling, give us here at the Texas camp a call. We never sleep. We're always by the phone. So with that, I say shalom and Kwam Yasharala.